Hello friends, once again I have come to talk to you after a long period of time that I have come to talk to you. For a long period of time I remain absent from uploading my videos. Actually, a few days back, a day before yesterday, one of my students asked me what is the basic difference between the teaching of Tagore, Rabindranath Tagore, and Swami Vivekananda. Then I told her that it is a very difficult matter to discuss in a proper way, and it will take time. And finally, she sent me an SMS, and she wrote in his message that actually one of her friends answered her that Tagore is for enjoyment and Vivekananda is for sacrifice. I wrote it back that actually in a single sentence your friend has written a very nice thing and very nicely he has explained the matter, but bear in mind that Rabindranath is a poet by nature and Swami Vivekananda is a monk by nature, and that's why a basic difference must be there. But actually it is the basic difference, and course of time that you can be expressed in this way, and certainly it will have some appealing effect upon the people. But matter is that now we have to study both of them in a proper way, in a serious matter, whether they are really very different in a socio-political affairs or philosophical matter, etc., etc. Then it will take a lot of time to discuss, because both of them were the stalwarts and they can be explained in the intellectual clauses, and that's why, and when you have to discuss about them, that it is not easy for us to explain the matter in a very short span of time. In spite of that, we have asked me the question, I would like to say that basically they are different in this way, that actually the Tagore is always in quest of infinite, is always in quest of infinite, and similarly Vivekananda is also doing the same thing. He wants to that means attain salvation, but actually his salvation, he is rising above the phenomenal world. He has tried to go beyond the phenomenal world, and then it is to be realized and is merged with the very absolute, that means the very absolute, that which is called Brahma in Sanskrit and in our scriptures, and that means self-realization. And basically that it is very difficult for us to understand whether it is possible for anyone to go beyond the phenomenal world and to realize, and basically so long as that we have been standing here, it is not possible for us to say that it is right or wrong. Actually certainly I never said that, I never countered that certainly it is wrong and it is correct, but actually so long as we are in the mundane world, and it is not very difficult for us to understand that what is called realization. And that's why that when, so that means if we do not sacrifice ourselves, that our self-identity, the I sense, and it is not possible, as Lord Ramakrishna said, that when you have to realize God, that Shiv cannot be explained, it cannot be explained. And like a doll, that means a doll of salt, he desired to fathom the depth of the sea, but when he that means jumped into it, and then and there he got dissolved, and automatically he cannot come back in this type of sense, in this type of that means what should I say, that these anecdotes are used in order to explain the essence of God. That we are not interested in essence of God here, because we have to deal with the very practical life and the practical essence. And in that sense I would like to say that both Tagore and Vivekananda both have raised their voice against the colonial rules and against the imperialistic pattern of society. Both are trying to explain the matter, and Vivekananda is the first Indian who claims himself to be a socialist one, and Rabindranath also followed the same. Because once upon a time, that when he wrote the Gitanjali, he was very devoted to the very supreme, most high, but finally he came to realize that actually then he started saying about the very have-nots. He started writing about the very have-nots and the very particular farmers and the workers in the Ura Kachkor in Bengali, and most of the students and most of the people get contact with these very particular poems, and they can be able to understand that what is the what he wants to mean. And that's why practical issues, so long as the practical issue is concerned, that both of them, they are pointed out to the very particular problems of a society. In order to get rid of it, everyone has said that we have to raise that not only voice, that we have to be unitedly, that means unitedly give our efforts to resist it and to prevent it, and it is to be changed, that the system is to be changed in a proper way, and automatically then we can also have some that means temporary relief, but it doesn't mean that permanent relief would be there. Nothing permanent is there, that as soon as that we have to accept flask, that means we know that Buddhist philosophy also say that in the course of time that is a change of flux that makes a chain, that it seems to be very eternal, but actually there is no eternity. Actually it is the sense of eternity, and it goes on one after another. To the ever active providence, Swami Vivekananda, when he is asked to explain the what is God, he goes to say that he is the ever active providence. He keeps unfolds itself in a different ways and in the eternity, and that's why that in a very short span of life I would like to throw light on it in a very, that means in a brief thing, that in a course of time, that if someone is that means interested in doing so, that when he has asked me, and will certainly discuss the issue in an elaborate manner in a spoken English class, I shall also ask the students, and certainly that you have asked me the question relating to this matter, I will try my level best to throw my light on it, and that's all. Bye.